there's going to be some misunderstanding with the words that are being said between the both of you in terms of where this relationship is going. So the Chariot being the overall here, we're talking about needing to get control over the direction of the relationship. But it's also saying that the both of you are needing to tap into some self-control here. Otherwise, we're going to crash and burn. Like, I literally feel like with the Chariot, like, if we continue at the pace that we are, the both of you are going to be pulled two different ways and things are just going to crash, right? But I do like the Chariot in terms of we just need to get back in control and we can pick up the momentum again. Now, the Chariot obviously could be talking about a long distance relationship, but I don't really feel that in this case. But that could be for some of you. But the way that you come into this with the Ten of Swords and them showing the Eight of Cups. Now, if this is somebody that you have not had history with, you are coming from a place of coming out of a bad relationship where things have ended in a really bad way, or you just look at relationships as they're just going to end in a really bad way anyway. I almost feel like you have written off commitment or feelings or emotions. And it's because of this that this person doesn't feel like you're worth investing into. Now, if you do have history, this very clearly shows a very painful breakup because they may have abandoned you or walked away or didn't, fulfill something emotionally. But to be fair, they may be feeling like they weren't getting what they needed from you though either. But what's interesting here is that no matter what the situation is with the past and the way that you're coming into this, they want to make something happen with you. And I feel like you're going to get that communication. I don't think that this is you communicating. I really feel like this is the communication coming to you and your emotions being restored. And that's because the ball is in their court. They can make something happen with you. But it's interesting to me looking at how painful things were in the past. But it's easy for you to get carried away with those emotions, or I shouldn't say get carried away. That's more of a Knight of Cups type of thing. It's like you get caught up in, the butterflies, right? Like with the Page of Cups, they're so into what they're feeling, but you're allowing these emotions to be restored in you. But it's only because this person is going, I can make something happen here. And I think that they do communicate with you. Now, as far as what that means later, the thing is, even though in where you connect, you may be getting wrapped up in the emotion, the Nine of Pentacles, I think, is you communicating back to this person that, we both are in a place where we're just trying to become more independent, especially if the both of you have had these kinds of issues go on in the past with other relationships, right? So I literally feel like for some of you, this is a person that doesn't really have a connection with you, but they do. But you've never really been in a relationship before. I don't feel like this is your history. Now, again, like I said, for some of you, that could be the case. But I feel more so that I'm connecting with the Aquarians here that have just been through some really shitty breakups. And you may have written off relationships, period. And this person is used to being abandoned. But here there's this connection, right? But if things go too fast, like I said, it's like we're going to crash or we're going to go in two different ways. And it's like Aquarius is saying, look, I'm okay with my independence right now. And it's not that, you want to take a distance from the relationship. I don't think that that's it. But I think that they feel the same. We could make something happen here and we could get, lost in these emotions and fully indulge in it. But the both of you are trying to maintain control. I think for Aquarius, it's you're finding independence and not being so, emotionally dependent on another person or allowing another person like that to be a part of your life, right? You may have had too many codependent relationships before, which is why we're looking at painful endings. But with the Emperor on their side, I don't think that they're trying to force control. I just think that they're in a place where they need to get control over some things in their own life too, especially if they have felt emotional abandonment before, or if that's what they've recently dealt with and that's how they're coming into this with you. I'm so sorry, you guys. Now, with the Queen of Cups, Aquarius, if that is you, this is you becoming emotionally invested. But I think that the fighting and the disagreements come from the fact that with the Knight of Wands, we're not following through, or this person is not following through. It's like they follow the passion, but they don't want to take it anywhere after that. And I think that, that could piss you off. Now, to be fair, though, this is in the middle, so I look at this as both of you. Now, there may be a lot of disagreement in terms of the direction of the relationship because of the Knight of Wands coming out. Now, this could be the other way around, though. This person could be feeling like you're just, wanting to follow the passion, but not wanting to be committed or wanting to see where the relationship is going to go. And you may be, looking at them as like being overly emotionally invested in you. But there are words that are said here that, create some serious misunderstanding. And I don't think that either one of you mean to say what you do. But this could, though, also show something external. The Five of Swords could definitely show exes or somebody who may be trying to sabotage a situation. Okay. This is either you or the other person. This is the interjecting party. You are not getting involved with somebody in a third-party situation. I don't think that that's the way it's seen. I don't think that the person that you're dealing with is involved with their ex. I think that this is the sabotage that's coming through. This person has an unhealthy attachment. And to be fair, though, this could be Aquarius. But the thing is you're emotionally invested, I think, in somebody who needs to, really start to take control over where their passions are leading them. If they are wanting to get involved with you and they can make something happen, they need to follow through. But they may not do that, and you may be seeing them as the Knight of Wands because of this situation. There is an unhealthy attachment. This is the other person, I feel like, with the Devil. And there is a decision that needs to be made, just straight up looking at those clarifiers. And I wonder if Aquarius isn't going to be pissed off if they get emotionally invested in this person and this is the shit that's going on. But I don't know that they have intended for that to happen, though. Now, if that is the case, though, with the Two of Swords, that could be you going, well, I don't know. I don't know that I can make a choice on this person right now. But you also can't ignore the situation that's going on. Now, to be fair, though, this could be Aquarius dealing with this, though, too, right? But you have the Ace of Wands, but the thing is that there's a negative attachment somewhere with somebody on an emotional level to another person, I feel like. That shouldn't be a part of this situation. And then you have, the direct communication that is going on. And I think that this is them being straight up and honest with you about another person or about, feelings that there may be there or, the negative aspect that may still be a problem. You could literally be dealing with a person here who's trying to explain to you, look, I have a crazy fucking ex and they may cause problems. And you may be like, I don't know. But with the Death, if we're talking about them communicating honestly to you, they're saying that's over with, that they have changed, even though it may appear that they need to make a choice. But I also think that for Aquarius, it may be one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I really want to make a choice on this, even if there is emotional attachment and investment, if I could talk right. If this situation involves marriage, I think that you could be dealing with somebody who is married. But this isn't a cheating scenario. So now, though, this could be, though, to be fair, you getting interested in somebody where that conversation may be hard for you to approach with this person or them you. But there's something that, I'm having a hard time talking to this person about this. But you look really happy though. Really, really happy. But you may have been waiting for this person to become available, or they've been waiting on you. The Four of Pentacles. Let's start there. This is fanning the flames of passion. So it's kind of like Temperance, but somebody is really trying to get the passion started with you. Okay. It's not that you're allowing it to build like Temperance would be, but it is building. But this is because somebody is wanting this passion to build. And with Justice, we're talking about, maybe correcting some issues from the past. But if we are talking about somebody who is married, the passion can only go so far until they fix their situation, right? Which could include separation or divorce. And I say that because of wedding being there, okay? Well, we'll clarify that, but we're talking about fairness and balance. What is fair? What is the right thing to do? And with the Hangman, we're talking about somebody who's been waiting for somebody to become available. But with the Seven of Swords, it's because of an attachment that there is no connection between the two of you. I think that it's either you or the other person who would like to see the passion building. But we're more concerned about what is the right thing to do here. So if this person is involved, or if you are involved, there is no talking, there is no connection, there is nothing. Now, for some of you, you may literally find out that you don't really have anything in common with this person when they do become, available. But I don't think that that's the case. Like, I literally feel like because of what's going on here, you're not talking to each other, you're not connecting because you don't want to do something that you'll have to be held accountable for later. Either one of you. But when this person does become available and you do finally have a connection, oh boy, the two of you love each other. Love each other. The Nine of Cups, yeah. And you really enjoy being around this person. It's happy. It is happiness. But there is something that needs to be talked about. Now, if we are talking about somebody who wants to build the passion with you, but they need to fix their situation, when they do become available, they may really like you a lot, but it may be hard for them to approach you. And then the Three of Cups. So with the Two of Wands, you may talk to this person, and I don't think that this is you talking to them with the intention of starting a relationship with them. I think that, you just kind of talk to each other, but the flirting starts with the Two of Wands, okay? And this is why the passion is starting to build, or why somebody is wanting it to build. But we are talking about doing the right thing here with Justice. But, I don't know, I kind of got a feeling of, right, maybe there is something going on, but we're not really showing that that's the case because we're still waiting for somebody to become available. But the thing is if you're just talking to each other, you enjoy that. You are enjoying your time together. That is the Eight of Wands. But if you or this other person does become available here, I do see you ascending the relationship. I don't necessarily feel there's anything here in the future where we're talking about marriage, but I do think that we're talking about you getting to a place where, it's, can we commit to each other? And that may be a hard thing to, say. But the both of you look like you really, really like each other. I mean, look at the both of you looking at each other there are some areas right now where you cannot connect, but when you do, oh my God, look at the Three of Cups. I mean, it goes without saying. But this is a healing thing. This is a very healing thing for the both of you, I think. But there are some things that maybe the other person wants to say to you, but they don't know how to approach you in terms of I want to be in a relationship with you. All right. So first of all, with the Ace of Pentacles, we're talking about a committed relationship. It's more than sex, right? This is wanting to have a long-lasting relationship, and this is the start of that. And with the Chariot, this is, the sneak attack, somebody coming out of nowhere and wanting to give the relationship a sense of direction. And you may have been in a place with this person for a while where you didn't really know where the relationship was going to go. But with the Knight of Pentacles and looking at the Nine of Wands, I think that what's happening here is that something may have happened here where another person feels like they need to fix something. So this is either going to be you or your partner. Somebody feels like they need to fix some issues within the relationship. And it's like when the offer is extended, it's, you know, because I look at the Knight of Pentacles as, yeah, you know, that's nice, but I don't really need this. Or, you know, you may think of what is going on one way, but the other person doesn't. But that's because something happened within the relationship, because there may have not been a sense of direction here. One person is like, when the Ace of Pentacles comes through, I don't really know if I want that. I don't know if I want to do that. And then, you know, there's the, I need to fix this before it's too late with the Nine of Wands. But somebody is bitter with the Page of Pentacles. This is a relationship that goes sour. And with the Moon here, it's because somebody just is not being, you know, realistic about the long term, right? And you're talking about illusion and fantasy with the Moon, you know. And it's funny because I've been seeing that as like the double life for a while though too. And then the Knight of Wands, and that may be the problem. It's either you or the other person here who is really bitter over the fact that this is just, you know, a passion. We're just, you know, running away with the passion. We're just getting carried away with that, but we're not really following through on anything else, you know. And this should be a long-term relationship, but somebody is not wanting to give that, and certainly not wanting to accept it. So again, with the Ace of Pentacles, there is the opportunity to have a long-lasting relationship here, or at least the beginning of that. But you may feel like there is no sense of direction with the relationship. I'm so sorry, you guys. The Hermit is going to be about you going, do I really want this? And it may be that when this person, you know, wants to start this long-term relationship with you, you're like, I don't know if I really want to do that. And they may feel like, well, I need to fix some things. I need to hurry up and fix something. But maybe there really is nothing to fix. But with the World, we're talking about, you know, you feeling complete with the relationship the way that it is. Maybe it doesn't need a sense of direction. But you may be dealing with somebody that wants the whole shebang. They want the whole thing, right? They want marriage. They want kids. They want everything with the World. But when they don't get that, they may be very bitter, or it's you. But, you know, the thing is it doesn't stop them from getting carried away with the passion with you. But the thing is, you know, their want to have the whole thing is just in the realm of fantasy. But to be fair, Aquarius, if you're allowing them to believe that, that's not fair, right? But if that's the other person doing that to you, I don't care how much passion you have for them, that bitterness may taint the relationship moving forward. Wow, man. And, you know, again, going back to calling in your soulmate, right? Like, the thing is this may not be your soulmate. That or the other person needs to realize this. And what you need to do is start putting out there, you know, what you really want in terms of a partner.